Alright, so I came in, I sat down, I opened up 2K, went into my GM, and I was about to record the first episode of the Grizzlies My GM series when I got a DM on Twitter. Said that the Rockets are going to be trading Russell Westbrook because he's demanding that they trade him. So, I'm going to do a rebuild with the New York Knicks where they trade for Russell Westbrook. That is right. They're one of the teams rumored to be interested. I don't know if that's where he's going to go, anything like that. But that is what I'm going to be doing today. So, a Russell Westbrook New York Knicks rebuild is coming. But before we get into that, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on all post notifications, and then liking the video because it helps me out a ton. Get me to 2,000 subscribers and I have a giveaway coming. I appreciate you guys so much. Now let's hop into it. So I have no idea what an actual Russell Westbrook trade is going to look like, but chances are they don't get much. I bet they just look for some salary cap relief, and that's pretty much it. He's on a big contract, and that's not something they're going to want to deal with. So I did Julius Randle, Bobby Portis for Westbrook, and then I threw in Jeff Green to make roster size work. But Julius Randle just has a couple years left. Bobby Portis last year of his contract here in 2K. In real life, I don't know what the situation is actually going to look like, but that's what we made. We didn't give up any picks or anything. Don't know what this is going to look like. Some people are saying the Knicks might need to take on a pick to get him. I don't know. He's got such an interesting contract situation that makes it really hard to kind of gauge. But yeah, that's the deal. So we still got all of our good young players, and we're going to rebuild this team, try and win a championship. So with that being said, we'll see. I'm probably just going to get rid of any big contracts that are on more than 1 year. I don't think there's that many of them. There's really not that, like, any at all. So, excuse me, I think I'm going to send Mitchell Robinson and also RJ Barrett to the G League for this season. And we're just really going to try and make a push for next year. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. G League there and G League. Okay. I'm going to have to go ahead and sign a free agent, I think. So give me Sir Dominic Pointer. Okay, why can't I send... Oh, I probably have somebody already sent down there, don't I? Yeah, Theo Pinson. Sorry, you don't need to be down there. I'm going to go and send... Or do I send Kevin Knox and RJ? I might send Kevin Knox and RJ Barrett. I'll keep Mitchell Robinson up here. All right, so I think that's all we're going to do unless I want to capitalize on any, like, Elfrid Payton value. Frank Ntilikina still on the books. This is last year. Okay. I'm going to look at some value for those two, I think. But I think that's pretty much all we're going to do. So, Frank Ntilikina, I'll throw a second-round pick. And we'll see what we can do here. If there's anybody that's going to be a solid player for us, I'll do that. There's a draft pick I could do. Norman Powell would be good, except he's already 27 years old, which is kind of a rough thing. It's going to start going down in a couple years, probably, honestly, because 2K is super weird. I don't see anything worth making there. I think we're just going to tank this season away, see what happens. I'm going to make sure that our system... Well, actually, I don't care about our system. We got Tom Thibodeau as a head coach, too. That is... Russell Westbrook's going to like that because he's going to play like 44 minutes a game. But yeah, I will see you guys at the end of our first season. All right, so we got 19 wins here in season number 1, which is great. Gonna get a top pick in this year's draft, which you can never complain about. Russell Westbrook might have made... Yeah, he made second team. He probably went crazy because he was the only guy on this team actually playing that's, like, solid, good. I mean, Mitchell Robinson played, but other than that, like, Elfrid Payton, Jeff Green was our second leading scorer. Russell Westbrook, though, I guess he didn't really have anybody to pass to, and Elfrid Payton passed a lot better than him, which is surprising. I figured he would have averaged like a triple-double, honestly, because 2K is crazy. But this dude took 26 shots a game. All right. Anyways, we're not going to be in the playoffs, so I'm just going to simulate that, see who wins. Then we're going to have to go ahead, get into the offseason, see who we can sign, because we are going to be able to sign someone, and see who we can draft as well. So draft lottery, we got to see where this pick falls. And it is number 1. Let's go. We are getting a really good player in this draft. All right, so let's exit that. Staff signing. I don't like having Tom Thibodeau as our head coach, but I'm going to keep him because he is the head coach in real life. I'm going to fire trainer. I'm going to bring in... I'm actually going to bring in Sean Lee. Why not? And assistant coach, Mike Woodson. I'm going to keep him. And assistant GM, I'm going to fire and I'm going to bring in Michael Williams. throw this man a bag so he can't turn it down. And, oops, it is now draft time. So let's see who we're taking at number 1. Do we take Cade? Do we take Jalen Green? I think I'm going to take Cade simply because I already have Russ at the 1, RJ Barrett at the 2. So I'm going to take Cade. And we have the Dallas pick also, which is 20. I think it's 20. So Jonathan Kunert, Usman Garuba. I think I'm going to go with Garuba here. Hopefully that was the right move. And then second round, we got 31. Scotty Lewis is there. Keon Johnson. I'm going to take Scotty Lewis. He's a 73. We already know that. And then a second round pick. Rocco, draft and stash with him. And that is it. So, let's see what we got. We got a 78 overall. And we also, well, I'll just go here. We got a 78 overall, a 75, 73, and a 72. So I'm gonna sign these 3. And I'm going to retain the rights on Rocco. Hopefully he's here next year. I think it was 1 year draft and stash. Team player options, RJ Barrett. Why would we decline RJ Barrett? They're like, oh, you want to decline RJ Barrett for $8 million, but you want to keep Kevin Knox for $6 million? 2K. Like, what's the logic there? There's no logic. All right, so we're gonna keep those guys. Maybe I don't know what the logic would be behind that, but it doesn't make any sense to me. All right, qualifying offers. Damian Dotson, nah. Theo Pinson, no. Harper, no. Dennis Smith Jr., sure. Frank, yes, I'll do that. Kenny Wooten, nah. All right, so I'm guessing I have quite a bit of salary cap. Obviously, $46 million isn't realistic because Mo Harkless, Taj Gibson, Wayne Ellington, Reggie Bullock, Theo Pinson, Damian Dotson. Don't care about any of these guys. All right, so it says we have $3 million salary cap room. Why did I think we'd have more money than that? I definitely thought we'd have much more money than that. Interesting. But maybe we do. Maybe we do have more money than that, and I'm just missing something. But we got bird rights and all these guys. Can I throw a contract at, like, Giannis? I can't. But I can throw one at maybe, like, Anthony Davis. Not quite. Okay, so who can we afford? Spencer Dinwiddie, Fred VanVleet. I have a center. I have Mitchell Robinson. I have a point guard. I have a shooting guard. Drafted a small forward. I could use a power forward. Danilo Gallinari, Lauri Markkanen, Christian Wood. Or I could just bring in somebody like this and run them at our power forward, like Jarrett Allen, Drummond. I'm gonna throw Allen a contract. Let's do that. Let's bring in Jarrett Allen. He is going to accept that. All right, and I don't get why we don't have cap space, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Okay, we got to round out the team. Rashawn Holmes as our bench center would actually be pretty nice. Monte Morris as our backup point guard. I'm not against that whatsoever. And then I need some wings. So Justin Holiday, solid wing to bring in. And we'll bring in... I think that's it. I think that's all we got to do. So let's bring those guys in. Make sure they all sign. And I think they all signed. So player progression now. Let's go ahead and see. Russell Westbrook went down a couple. He's at an 86. RJ Barrett's up to an 85. Mitchell Robinson's an 84. Jarrett Allen is an 82. One of these guys is going to run power forward. Even though neither of them can shoot, it is what it is. Then we have Cade Cunningham, who's a 78. All right, this team should be pretty solid. I don't think we'll win the championship this year. If I kept the roster the same, I don't think we'd be a championship contender. But maybe next year. Either way, I'm going to load in this draft class, go to training camps, and I'll see you guys at the start of the season. All right, so this is what the team would look like if I simulated the season as it is. I'm going to go ahead, make Jarrett Allen our power forward. And, okay, I think the starting lineup is pretty much set, and the bench actually is not bad either. Could use a shooting guard, but I guess it is what it is. We just run 9-man rotation. These 4 off the bench, I'm not against that at all. I can run Scotty Lewis in the G League for now, and maybe Brazdeikis if I have this room for him. So we'll send Iggy and Scotty Lewis to the G League. And the only thing is, the system isn't going to work to, I guess, 3.5 stars, because Jarrett Allen and Mitchell Robinson are good defenders. But honestly, 7 seconds might be the move. It's a little bit better of a system for like RJ and Cade Cunningham, which is kind of important to me. Just trying to think if there's any way I should trade away like Jared Allen or something and try and get a really good person for him. Like if I trade Jared Allen and 2 firsts, can that give me a little bit of an upgrade at a couple spots? Could get a better small forward and power forward. Could get a power forward, or a center I mean, and a shooting guard. I don't have good luck with Domantas Sabonis in 2K. I really don't. So we're going to run the season how it is. I'm going to simulate this year. If we have to make big moves before next year, I will do that. But for now, this is what the team's going to look like. So I'm simulating. We're starting off pretty good. I will see you guys at the end of the season. All right, so we're off to a good start here. We got one more year if we don't win the championship this year, but we got 59 wins, so I think we have a decent chance, actually. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year. Love to see that. And Doc Rivers, Coach of the Year, but we had 2 more wins than them. I'm guessing we're the 1 seed. Anyways, I know they're in the Western Conference, but I'm guessing 59 wins is going to have us be the 1 seed. Russell Westbrook, again, makes All-NBA second team. Nobody on third team. Defensively, nobody. And then rookie team, obviously, Cade Cunningham's going to be on there. So, we are the 1 seed out east, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and check out the stats. RJ led us in scoring this year. Russell Westbrook was just right behind him, though. Cade Cunningham looked really nice, 11 assists per game. Playing that small forward spot. I don't know why this draft class has him as a small forward, because he is more of a point guard, I would say. But yeah, the dude was just a beast, and he's going to be a beast for a long time if everything pans out. Anyways, let's go up against Orlando and see. Let's see what they got. MCW, Evan Fournier, Jonathan Isaac, Aaron Gordon, Vucevic. Okay, we should be able to beat this team pretty easily. Beat them in 5. Toronto, they got Kawhi back. That is interesting. They also signed Jordan McLaughlin, so now they're definitely going to win the championship. All right, let's simulate this round. It's 1-1. Going to go game by game, I think. We're down 2-1. Tied 2-2. Down 3-2. And we tied up game 7. Can we win a game 7? It's pretty close, but we do end up winning by 21 points. Now we got Philly in the Eastern Conference Finals. Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Chris Middleton, Clint Capella, and Joel Embiid. This team is stacked. They managed to trade Tobias Harris and Al Horford and got back Clint Capella and Chris Middleton. That is a huge W on their part. It's tied 1-1. We're down 2-1. We're down 3-1. Okay, can we come back from a 3-1 deficit and make it to the finals? Does not look like we will. Well, we do actually win that game, so it took us OT, but we did win that game. So let's see if we can force a game 7. Not starting out very hot. They are kind of blowing us out. All right, so we'll have to come back next season. We lost by 24. So the 76ers going to win the whole thing. Joel Embiid is the finals MVP. Hopefully Russell Westbrook doesn't get worse again, because that would really, really suck. But we do have the 29th pick in this year's draft because we have our own draft pick. I'm good on the staff, so let's see who we get at 29. And it looks like nobody real. I'm going to go Dino, I guess. These guys are not going to be good. So we have a 58, a 56, and a 75. We're going to accept Rocco now. We're going to sign him because he is a 75 overall. That was from last season, so we're going to bring him in. Team player options, Russell Westbrook, accepted. We're going to accept RJ Barrett and Scotty Lewis. And in free agency, we're not going to have any money, I doubt. I'll extend qualifying offers to all these guys, sure. Free agency, we do not have money. Let me go look at our salary cap table. We have Jared Allen's $19 million, but even if we trade that, I don't think it's really worth anything. So let's just bring back who we need to bring back, which would be Mitchell Robinson. We'll throw him like 110. Kevin Knox, we'll throw him like 44. And Brazdeikis, he's not interested in negotiating. Okay, so Devin Dotson on a minimum. You get those 3. We'll just wait for Brazdeikis to get an offer or something. He's out the door, I guess. I don't know where he went. But we're going to sign back Alonzo Trier, and that's all we're going to do. I'm going to have to make some trades. But I'm going to go to player progression now. We're going to see how good these guys are. I'm interested to see how good, what's his name was, Scotty Lewis. He went up 5, so he's a 78. So he'll definitely be our backup shooting guard to RJ Barrett this year. All right, I like it. Russell Westbrook goes down 1 again, so now he is an 85. But RJ and Jarrett Allen are both up. That is good. Mitchell Robinson stays the same. So, I'm going to go to training camps. I'm going to send some people to camps. I'm going to make some trades, and we're going to go win ourselves a championship. All right, so this is what the team looks like. I'm considering trading away Mitchell Robinson and running Jarrett Allen at the center because Mitchell Robinson now makes $24 million a year. So if we traded him and a couple first, we could probably get somebody really nice. Or not that nice, I guess. I mean, like Kobe White, Larry Markkanen's fine. Colin Sexton, Kevin Porter Jr. is fine. But I thought we'd get a couple better offers than this. So maybe I should instead trade Mitchell Robinson and, like, what happens if I throw Scotty Lewis in a trade with Mitchell Robinson and a first? Sabonis, like I said, I'm not huge on Sabonis in 2K. Wow, there's really not very many good trades out there. So instead, let's take Jarrett Allen and Rashawn Holmes and a first and see if that does anything for us. Tobias Harris, not too big on that. TJ Warren, De'Aaron Fox. Wouldn't mind De'Aaron Fox except for we don't need a point guard. Jamal Murray, same thing. Pascal Siakam, though, now that is a move I'd be willing to take, and I think Bradley Beal would be nice too, but I just don't need a shooting guard. So we're going to go with Siakam to run the 4 for us. And yeah, okay, so I'm happy with that trade. I think the starting lineup is good. The bench, we just need a backup center. So let's trade Kunert for one and see if we can get a good one. I'll trade him and as many firsts as I can. Backup center, Ivica Zubac is there. Okay, I'm going to go with Zubac. And let's go set this lineup. Alright, I think this lineup is actually really, really solid. So I'm going to pick our system. Grit and Grind, I guess, is 4 stars. I don't know. I do not know. But I'm going to simulate this season. I will see you guys at the end of it. Alright, so we got 59 wins, which I think is exactly what we got last year. So hopefully we have better playoff luck this time and can make it to the finals. I do not see any All-NBA players on, or not All-NBA players, but any awards for our team. Anybody in any All-NBA teams, though? New York Knicks, we do not. Obviously not going to have any rookies. Okay, so we are still the 1 seed, which is fine, I guess. I just really wish we were a lot better. But you know, 3-headed monster here is pretty good, over 20 points a game each. Cade Cunningham doesn't score the ball very well in 2K, which is interesting. I mean, I know it's not the real Cade Cunningham. Some guy made him, but I just figured he'd be a little bit better of a scorer than that. But either way, let's go up against Atlanta here. Trae Young, Buddy Hield. That's a nice fit there. That's some solid shooting right there. That's some really solid shooting right there. But other than that, I think this team is pretty solid, but definitely should be able to beat them. Or we just get eliminated in 7. Really? Don't they know I'm trying to do a video here? Come on. So Joel Embiid and the 76ers go on to win the whole thing for the 2nd year in a row. For the 2nd year in a row, I am disappointed. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below where you think Russell Westbrook is going to get traded and where you think he should get traded, because those are 2 totally different things. You could think he should go somewhere, but where do you think he's actually going to go? I have no idea. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Also, while you're at it, when you're scrolling down from the video, just hit that red subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Helps me out a ton. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.